It's my birthday next week and I'm gonna be 22 and I'm really excited, honestly, because I feel like I've grown so much as a 21-year-old and I'm just so mature now and I'm ready to move on. But I wanted to do like a recap of things I've learned being a 21-year-old that I didn't previously know or appreciate enough. So that's basically what this is. Something that I've really discovered this year is the power that gratitude can have in your life. I've always been someone who has tried to be really grateful for things. Even when I was younger, I feel like I was able to always find something to be thankful for and be grateful for. But it's obviously something that you have to try really hard at. It's not something that just comes naturally, especially when you're having those times in your life where it's really hard and really difficult to get through a day and you're just thinking, why is everything happening to me? Why is this my life? But there is genuinely always something to be grateful for. And the more that you practice gratitude, the more it becomes a habit. And that means that basically, if you are looking for things to be grateful for, you're gonna find things. If you find yourself complaining a lot or you feel like you're not the most grateful person, it's okay. Like, if you haven't built that habit up yet, it's okay and you have to give yourself grace. But I feel like advice for myself that I would have wanted to give myself at the start of this year is just try and make it a habit to look for the good things in your day, you know? Look out for the things that make you happy, the things that make you appreciate where you are, even if it's just like the nature around you or the people around you or the things that you have that you didn't have before that mean something to you and that symbolize something to you. Just try and look for these things, and the more that you look for them, the more you will actively find them, and it'll become a habit in your life, so much so that you don't even realize you're doing it. You don't even realize that you're saying thank you for the beautiful tree that you just saw, or you're saying thankful for that great conversation you just had with your sister. And I feel like it's really important to build those habits while you're young so that you can, you know, appreciate your youth and appreciate all the wonderful opportunities and experiences that will just flow to you naturally when you start seeking them out because you've built a habit around it. Gratitude is so important because it leads a lot into presence, and that is definitely the second thing that I would have loved to tell myself at the start of this year is just be present as much as you physically possibly can, even if that means sitting in sadness. And this isn't to say dwell on sadness, because that is a very different thing, and it's a very fine line between staying present and dwelling on things or overanalyzing things and overthinking things. But honestly, once you find that balance between sitting in something for way too long and not thinking about things at all, once you get in that middle ground there, you're in the sweet spot, honestly, because you will not understand how much great opportunities and great experiences are in your life until you actually look around and see them. Like, realistically, the amount of times that I've driven somewhere and by the time I got to the end of the drive, I'm like, what songs did I even listen to? What did I even drive past? What did I even see? Because I wasn't actually thinking about it. I was just doing it because it's such a habit and it's such a routine. And that is where the days turn into weeks and the weeks turn into months, honestly, because you know when people get old and they say, oh yeah, when you get old, like time just moves differently. Like when you're young, time moves so slowly and everything feels like such a big thing, and like last Christmas and this Christmas feel like such a big time distance, like such a big time apart. And the reason for that is because when you're young, everything is an adventure. Everything when you're young is new and exciting and fresh, and you're doing things you've never seen before and you're learning things you never thought about before. And that is how we're meant to be. Like, that is how our brains are functioning, and that is how they want to be. They want to be in that natural state of discovery and curiosity and like wonder, I guess. Like, we don't spend enough time just wondering about things and just being adventurous, you know, like taking a different route in your car. Like, if there's things that you have to do, like you have to wake up and you have to go to work 5 days a week, like, yeah, that's completely understandable and everybody has to do that. But at the same time, you can make yourself a new different lunch, you know? You can chat to that person you've never talked to before. You can take a different route. You can appreciate different things. You can go and have your lunch somewhere else. Like, you can go and try a new exercise at the gym. You can go and do a new class at the gym. You can do so much. You can read a new book. You can, there's a million different things you could do and try just to unlock that part of your brain where it's like, hey, I want to be curious about this thing. And I think that is a real key aspect of presence for me, because I think that once you start understanding that you have the willpower and the mind power to just have any hobby you want and do anything you want, that's when things will start clicking for you, where it's like, okay, maybe I am limiting myself, and maybe I am putting myself in this box of like, oh, this is what I've been told I can do with my life, so this is what I'm gonna do with my life. But it's like, no, there's so much else you can do with your life. Like, there's so many things that you have the opportunity to do that you just aren't doing because you never thought to do them before, or you never even understood that that was a concept that you could like conceive and that you could understand. Anyway, all of this to say, be adventurous, be curious, and that will help you with presence. Another really big learning curve for me has been to allow myself to open up to people. And I feel like I have always been quite a social person. I've always been someone who wants to be around people and talk to people and, you know, just be social. I'm a very social person. I'm a social butterfly. But I think it's a different thing between being social and opening yourself up to people and being really truthful and honest with yourself about the fact that maybe you've been hurt before, or maybe you have your walls up and you're obviously wary of that, and you don't want to maybe let them down for other people that you don't know or you don't understand yet, you don't trust yet. That's completely understandable. But at the same time, you only have one life, and when you're so young, where things can hurt and you can heal from them and you have time to heal from them before you get into the big massive life-changing things like having kids and getting married and buying a house and all of this, you need to just do it. Like, you need to allow yourself to be hurt, and you need to allow yourself to be open to like love and to friendships and to meeting new people and opening up to them, because this is the time to make those connections and to make those friendships. And I'm so grateful to myself this year for allowing myself to be open and to talk to people, even if I was nervous or even if I was embarrassed or I didn't feel my best that day. Like no one can ever say that I haven't tried my utmost to be the most social person that I could be and to be the most open to people that I can be. And even if some of those times didn't work out for me, or like some of those times I opened myself up to someone and I let someone in and they've hurt me and they've like broken down my walls and they've like made me change myself a little bit, maybe that's what's meant to happen, you know? And maybe that's what God wanted, or the universe wanted, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe that is the righteous path that you were supposed to be taking, and these people are just helping you get there, you know? And I think it's a really beautiful thing to be able to allow those situations into your life. I think it's also really important in this day and age with like social media and everyone saying how love should look like and what a relationship should be, and oh, if your man doesn't do this, this and this, like he's not the one or whatever. I think it's really important to understand what you want from a relationship. And when you're this young, like when you're 21 or you're in your 20s or you're a teenager or whatever it is, and you have the time to develop these relationships and to develop those things where it's like, okay, this guy did this to me and I didn't like that, and yeah, it hurt at the time, but at least now I can appreciate that I've taken from that the fact that I know that's not what I want in a person. And now next time I'm looking for a partner or I'm out searching for someone, at least I'm gonna know to spot those red flags or to spot those things that maybe aren't right for me. Maybe they will be for someone else and that's okay, but for me they're just not okay. And I'm glad that I've allowed myself to have those experiences, you know, where I've allowed someone to hurt me or allowed someone to come into my life and change things around. But ultimately that's just taught me how to protect myself, and it's taught me what I want in a person, and it's taught me that, hey, you know, this person couldn't do that for me right now, and maybe it's because they're young, and maybe it's because they're naive, and maybe they haven't had all of the experiences they're supposed to have yet until they find the person that's meant for them. And I think it's a really amazing thing to be able to get to a point where you understand that just because someone hurt you doesn't mean it was malicious, and it doesn't mean that it's because you were an awful person, because the way that other people act has nothing to do with you. And honestly, that's a really hard bridge to cross, and everybody has to cross it at some point. So I'm glad that I'm getting there now at this age rather than in like 4 years, you know. I'm just grateful to have had the experiences I've had this year, because it shows me that I'm really putting myself out there and I'm really doing what I'm supposed to do, and I'm living. Like, I am truly, honestly opening myself up to people, and I'm truly, honestly getting hurt by people and hurt by my own actions and my own shit that's going on. And like, I'm okay with that because I'm 21 and I'm allowed to be messy, and I'm allowed to go and explore different relationships and different friends and do all of these things and try this hobby and be really bad at it, or like try this sport, try this workout, or like try this job and like hate it, you know. And it's like, it's just a story to tell at the end of the day. And at this point in your life, that's what you want. You want a story to tell. And that leads me on to my next point, which is do everything you can do. The amount of times last year that I said no to things was insane. And this year, my New Year's resolution was to say yes more to things, was to do things more. And I can truthfully say from the bottom of my heart that that is something I have achieved amazingly this year. Like, I have honestly said yes to so much. Like, I've traveled so much. I lived in Australia for half this year. Like, I did study abroad. I met so many new people. Like, I've done the things that have been the best for me. I've taken care of myself, and I've also let myself be hurt, and I've let myself do all the things. But at the end of the day, I have said yes to everything. Every single time someone has asked me to do something, I have made it a priority to do that thing. Whether that's going out with my friends, or, you know, going for a drive, or going to the gym, whatever it is, I have made time for it, because I know that life isn't happening in your bedroom. Like, as much as you want to be comfortable and as much as you want to stay in like the little box that you've set yourself, life is not happening in there. It's happening way out there, and that's where you should be, you know. And I think I'm really proud of myself for doing that, because the more you push yourself, the more you're going to want to push yourself, and the more you're going to be like, hey, actually I can do that, so maybe I can do that thing that I never thought I could do, you know. And it just gives you more opportunities to look for things that you want to do and look for different aspects of yourself that you want to be or that you want to achieve. And I think that is such a beautiful thing. Another thing I learned this year, which I never thought I would actually grasp the concept of, is patience. And I'm not talking about patience with other people, and of course that's really important. I'm talking about patience with yourself and like patience with your own future. We're in such a weird time in our lives where this person is saving up to buy a house, and this person is getting married, and this person having a baby, and this person is traveling the world, and this person is getting a degree, and it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? You know, like all these people around me who we used to do the same things all the time, and we used to be in the same classes and go to the same school and do all the same stuff. Now we all get to go and like branch off and find our own path and things, and it's really scary, honestly. Like it's really scary to be by yourself and to have to figure out what like makes you tick and what makes you excited about life. And I think a lot of people are scared to do that, so they just kind of like stay inside of the little bubble that they've made themselves, and that's comfortable for them. And for some people that's okay. For some people, they want to stay in their hometown and they want to do those things, and that is completely valid and okay. But for me, I've figured out that it's important for me to not rush through things and to not compare myself to other people, because you have your own timeline, you know, and God or the universe, however you want to look at it, is there to like guide you through that. And I think there is such like a divine presence that is like looking down on all of us and is just guiding us through. And I think it's really important to not push that timeline. Like let things unfold as they're supposed to unfold, and allow people into your life and allow things to flow in and out. And the amount of times I've been like at such a high point and then it's gone to such a low point, but I know at the end of the day that low point is going to become a high point again. And that's what keeps me going through all of it, because I understand that the amount of times I've had that in my life, I've been able to take time with myself to like journal or to like vlog or something, to just realize, okay, I'm having a bad time right now, but I just have to be patient because it's gonna come through at the other side of it and I'm gonna pull through. And I think that is such an amazing habit to have and to learn at this age, is to just be able to sit with yourself and to realize, okay, I just need to be patient. This is how it is right now, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I can try and make myself feel better and I can do the things for myself, but I just have to be patient in this moment. And I'm really proud of myself for learning that, because I am normally a very impatient person, so congratulations to me for that one. I think the most important thing I've learned this year is it's okay to be alone, and it's actually a really good thing to be alone. I mean, I moved out for the first time this year for like 6 months, 5.5 months, 6 months, and it was so life-changing for me. Like I moved halfway across the world by myself, and like I was so nervous the week leading up to it. Honestly, like the week leading up to me studying abroad, I was like, I'm not going. I can't go. I can't do it. It's not for me. I'm too scared. And then I got to the airport and I was so scared. I was so like anxious to leave. And then like I left my family at the airport and I was like, oh, I'm so sad. And then as soon as I got through security, I felt such like a weight of relief off my shoulders, because I felt like this is gonna be such an amazing time for me to just discover who I want to be and to do the things that I never thought I could do before. And the fact that I'm stood here right now as an adult, which is crazy by the way, and I'm going and moving halfway across the world, like that is such an amazing, unique experience. And of course I'm going to be nervous, and of course you're allowed to be nervous and anxious, and you're allowed to have feelings, but this is where that gratitude comes in, because at that time, in that moment, I just felt such a wave of gratitude of just like, wow, the fact that I have this opportunity to go and learn new things about myself in a place that I've never been, in a place that I get to be by myself and have this amazing experience and learn things and have an education and just be adventurous and discover things and be curious. That was the best feeling, and I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to reach that feeling again, but I'm going to try, because honestly, truthfully, I really am proud of myself for that. Like that is the thing I am most proud of myself for, the amount of work it took me to get to that point where I realized that being alone is such a blessing, and being able to have the time to just sit with yourself and to journal and to vlog or to do the hobbies and to go and do a workout by yourself or to go and like read your book by yourself or go to a restaurant by yourself, like that's such a blessing to be able to do that, because not a lot of people can do that or will want to do that because they don't want to push themselves outside their comfort zone, and that's okay. But for me, I'm so grateful for that opportunity, and that is definitely the thing I'm most proud of this year. I really like watching other people's videos on YouTube, because I really enjoy listening to people talk about things from their own perspective. I think it's so unique to be able to hear something from someone who's just sat in their bedroom, who's just filming on their phone, who's just talking about their life experiences that I'm never going to be able to recreate because I'm not them. I think it's such a blessing to be able to hear other people's voices, and that's why I'm doing this, I guess, because I really admire when other people do it, and I think it's important to do things similar to the people that you admire and to kind of like follow in people's footsteps, because I think you want to be able to admire yourself, you know. And that is also another thing I'm really proud of for myself this year. Sorry, this video is just me talking about how proud I am of myself, but I am proud of myself because it's like it's been such a creative, adventurous year for me, and making these vlogs and starting this channel has been so freeing for me. It's been such an outlet, and like I've learned so much about myself, I've gained so much confidence, and I've gained so many new skills. And I think even if this doesn't go anywhere, for me this is 100% worth it, because it's just so amazing that I get to have this voice and I get to document my thoughts right now in a way that isn't just me writing down my thoughts, because obviously I'm gonna journal because I love journaling, but this is just so much more authentic. And you know, I'm just sat here, I'm just talking to a camera, and the fact that I'm able to do this now when before I could not do this is amazing, and I'm proud of myself for learning a new skill. So I guess if there's anything that you're going to take from this video, it's just do the thing that you want to do. Put yourself out there, speak to people, you know, go outside, be adventurous, be curious, be by yourself, and just enjoy where you are and be thankful for all of the above, because you can't go back in time, but you can sit in this moment right here and you can be grateful for that. So if that's all you can do, then do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you watched my video, I love you. And yeah, I'm really excited to be 22. So hopefully it goes as well as 21 did, because it's been a lovely year. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.